That wasn't very loud, was it? I apologize. All right, good morning. They clapped. They tried. The audio just wasn't loud. I am saddened to say that my tab game here has been under par, which is good. So above par, I guess. In the golf game, below par is good. It's been subpar. You see this little thing up here? There's now something up here. A little black circle. If I click on it, it says search tabs. I have so many tabs, it gives me a search tabs option.
Yes, 3 delete 318. It's 323.
No, I didn't need to do that. It's still up there. I don't know. It'll stay there. Okay. That was from the other day. That's from Study Hall yesterday. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. It says the circumference of a circle is 24 pi centimeters. What is the exact area of the circle? So, draw a diagram to assist you in solving the problem. There's a lot of stuff here that we could do. Oopsie. So, I know there's a circle, right? So, I'm going to first just draw a circle. And the circumference is what? Circumference equals pi times what? What's the formula there? Pi times what? Pi times the diameter, which equals 24 pi. So what? Well, pi is pi, right? So what is the 24 then? If pi is pi, and that doesn't change, does it? What is 24 then? That's the diameter, isn't it? Does that make sense? I'm just taking the diameter here and I'm replacing with 24. Raise your hand if that makes sense. Okay, I got zero verbal confirmation on that, so I had to get a physical hand raise there. So we know that we have a circle and the diameter right here, the wavy diameter, is 24 centimeters. I'm not going to make you do this one, I don't think. But it wants us to find the area. Area equals what? Pi times radius squared or pi times r squared. So tell me if I'm right or wrong here in this. I'm going to write this way up here. So I'm going to be doing pi times 24 squared. Am I right or wrong? Wrong. Why? Because I did 24, and 24 is the what? The diameter. So I need to find the radius, which is what? 12. So it should not be 24 squared. It should be 12 squared. So we'll do it two different ways. I want you to find it in terms of pi. So it would be something pi. Area equals something pi here. And then I'll let you put this equals, and then we'll solve it, okay? We'll do two different ways. So mainly what we're doing right now is finding out what 12 squared is. So take a second and do that. Let me see what my battery percentage is. It's not good. So I'm going to pause my video and move my computer to the front and get my stuff plugged in while you finish this, and go ahead and plug in 3.14 for pi. How about that? Or if you use the pi button, that's fine. We'll get two contrasting answers. So if you want to use the pi button, then do that. Okay, I'm pausing the video in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we have right here the area equals what pi? Well, what's 12 squared here? 144. So my answer technically is 144 centimeters squared, or 144 pi centimeters squared. That's our answer, kind of. And if they say answer in terms of pi, then do that. If they say answer using 3.14 for pi, the answer would be what? 144 times 3.14, which is 452 point what? 16 centimeters squared, right? Who do you use the pi button? Adrian, what'd you get?
452.39. I rounded.
Okay, 39. So that would be if you use the pi button. Is that what you got? Yeah, okay. So you get different answers now. They're relatively the same, but Adrian's would be a little more exact. Okay, let's go ahead and move on down. Moving on down the song. I feel like this here is way too easy. There's got to be a trick to it. But I don't think there is. So, right here for this example one, exercise one, I'm going to give you a couple minutes to work on it. But I want to go over the formulas so you have them in front of you and you're not messing up, okay? Area equals what? Pi radius squared. Radius squared. Diameter. Those don't match up, right? You need to make it match up. And then here, kind of like one we just did. We might do that more together here in a second, but I want to see if you can get it done, okay? So if you get this top one done, go ahead and give yourself maybe, if you're at home, 3, 4, 5 minutes to do numbers 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2, we can do that. I'll give us 5 minutes. All right. Set timer for 5. Okay. Set timer for 5 minutes. Pause the video. We'll be right back. So in the span of a couple minutes here, I had all my kids turn their desks to face me, and it feels really weird, but it's kind of cool. Can you see better now?
Yeah.
You feel better? Who feels weird right now? I mean, I feel weird, but you probably see better. Okay, so we have the area of a circle with a diameter of 42. We're using pi r squared. So we have pi times something squared. Well, what's my something going to be? Well, we have 42 as a diameter, so what's my radius going to be? Elijah? 21. I'm not smart enough to do that in my head. What's 21 squared, guys?
42. 441. Yep. Squared. Listen,
Squared, 9 times 2. So 441. Wow. I need to undo that. 441 over 1 times pi, which is 22 over 7. I do not know if 7 goes into 441. It does. How many times?
63.
63 times. Okay, and that's 1. 63 times 22 gives me, I think I heard you right. Okay, centimeters what? Squared. Who got that right? If you didn't get it right, who knows what you did wrong and is going to get it right next time? Awesome, cool.
Probably not going to be right the next time.
Yeah.
Yes, say you
We're
are.
not anytime.
Speak it into existence.
I'm going to get it wrong.
Okay, the circumference of a circle is 9 pi. And if we think about circumference, that equals pi times what? Diameter. So 9 is my diameter. Does that make sense? Raise your hand if that makes sense. Okay, cool. So diameter is 9 centimeters. So what if the diameter is 9 centimeters, what is my radius going to be? 2 times that or half of that?
And then we
Half, which is 4.5. 4.5 centimeters. And I'll put in parentheses 9 centimeters divided by 2. What is my area? So my area is pi, right? Pi radius squared, which equals pi times 4.5 squared, which equals 4 times 4 is
No.
16.
No, not that.
Okay, what's 4.5? What's 4.5 squared?
I'll have to redo it again. I didn't put that much in.
20.25 pi centimeters squared. Now, I'm not sure if they want you to use anything for pi. Yeah, they use 9 pi, but what they throw in, yeah, that's what it is. But they kept that as 9/2. So I'll keep this here, okay? They left this here as 9/2. So their area was 9/2 pi, or 9/2 squared, which is 45, or hold on, 81/4. I was thinking of 4. 81/4 pi. That's what they technically got. Does that make sense? Weird way. If not, ignore it. Don't really ignore it, but just forget it. Okay. These are probably going to be a lot like your homework. That's why we're going over these. If students only know the radius of the circle, what other measures could they determine? So I give you the radius. What could you figure out? Zoe? You could figure out one, the diameter. What else? Avery? Sorry, I know you got.
The area.
You can find the area. And I'll go ahead and do this. Diameter because 2 times the radius, right? The area because pi, you know that, that's a constant. Pi r squared. What else did you figure out? The circumference, which, why, Elijah?
Because it's diameter, so you can figure that out with radius.
And you could technically go 2 times pi r, or pi times the diameter, right? Is there anything else? Area, circumference, diameter. I think that's all we really need to know, right? That's all we really talked about. So if I just give you the radius, if they give you a circle like this, and I said, find the something, you can find it. It doesn't matter what it is. And as I tell you to find the surface volume, surface area. You don't know how to do that in one as a 2D figure, not a 3D figure. Okay. I'm pause the video, right? Yeah. Good. Let's do one more problem before I give you homework. Ooh, find the area in the rectangle between the 2 circles. Who here's brain hurts right now? Okay, good. Remember, we're teaching. You're never probably going to do this in real life, but we're teaching you to solve problems. And people who solve problems make money. Okay, they give you AF. Okay, they give you AF is 7 feet. So go ahead and label that down. Where's AF? Top left, right here. Okay, that is 7 foot. FB is what? 9 foot. Pretty good line drawing here. I'll take credit. And HD is 7 feet. Oh, that's cool. No, I didn't touch the screen there. HD is also 7 feet. Okay, it says to use 22/7 for pi. Each circle in the top left and lower right corners have the same radius. So I want you to take a second and not using your pencil, unless you already know what you're doing. figure out what we're going to do here. Well, it's asking us to find the area of the rectangle between the two quarter circles. This is 2 quarter circles. So there's like 4 different ways we can do this. Well, that's why you need to knock it down to 1. So what can we do here? We have 2 quarter circles. How much of a circle do we have here? I'm gonna try to make this as simple as possible. Yeah, if I give you 2 quarters, what fraction of a dollar do you have? You have half of a dollar. So we have 2 quarter circles. So we have and then also have the 2 quarter of a circle. So we put them together, we have a half, right? They have the same radius, so they both have the radius of 7 feet, right? So if I'm finding the area inside of the circles, I can either solve for 2 different quarter circles or 1/2 of a circle. Okay? Well, we know they're the same, so I could really just solve for one of those and then subtract it out twice. So that makes sense, right? Okay. I'll do this a couple different ways. So first off, what we need to do is we need to take the area of the rectangle and subtract the area of the circles. And I'll put quarter circles. That makes sense. I'll go ahead and do this so it doesn't look like a weird thing. Circles. Does that make sense? Our game plan. Because we're trying to find the area that is here in green between the 2 circles. Does that make sense? So like if I had a bunch of cookie dough here in the middle, I took 2 cookie cutters, I can't think of the word cutters, and pull that out, and I want to figure out what that was. I need to figure out how much cookie dough I had and subtract what I took out, right?
No, 'cause you ate it all.
Not yet. Okay, let's go ahead and do this here. So how am I going to find the area of the rectangle here? Well, I need to figure out what my sides are. What is this side up top here? 7 and 9. 16 feet times, what is this side here? 7 feet, and what's that there? 7, which is 14 feet. So 16 feet times 14 feet. And subtract the area of the circles. Well, I have 2 circles up here, or 2 quarter circles here. And their radius is 7 feet. So technically I have this shape, right? Does that make sense? If I take them and piece them together, and their radius is 7 feet. So I'm trying to find the area. So pi times the radius squared. So minus pi. Wow. I know. Pi times the radius, which is what? 7 squared. And then I'm going to take that divided by what? 2, because it's half of a circle. Does that make sense so far? Kind of. So, for those that don't make sense, these quarter circles add together to make a half, right? So I need to find the area of the whole circle and then subtract the blue part away, right? And then divide it in half so I can get the green part, because the green part is what I'm given. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. I need someone to take 16 times 14 feet, 224 square feet. And then I need someone to take, well, this here would equal, and if I go over here, 49 times pi, which is, they want us to use what for pi? 22 over 7 over 1, and that's 7, that's 1. So 7 times 22 gives me what? 154 for that circle there, the half circle, and I need to divide it by 2, which gives me what?
77.
77. So 224 minus 77 square feet. So the area in the green part up at the top is going to be what? If I take 224 minus 77, somebody other than him? 224 minus 77. I'm not going to end up giving you a ton of time on your homework now because this one took a long time. Sorry. But
147.
147, and that is my answer. 147 square feet. That's a fun little problem there. I like it. You might not like it. I like it. Okay, let's go ahead and look at your homework real quick. Let's see what they give you. Let's go ahead and give you. Oh. Okay, I want you to do number 1, number 2. I want you to do number 3, 4, and then 6 and 8. So do not do 5 and 7. So I want you to do 6, and I want you to do 8. This one looks fun. Remember, taking the big one, subtracting the non-shaded portion. Okay, remote learners, if you have a question, shoot me a message, shoot me a comment, an email. I'll see you later. It's not shutting off. Cool.